أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والنجم إذا هوى ما ضل صاحبكم وما غوى وما ينطق عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي يوحى. علمه شديد القوى ذو مرة فاستوى وهو بالأفق الأعلى. ثم دنا فتدلى فكان قاب قوسين أو أدنى. فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى. ما كذب الفؤاد ما رأى. أفتمارونه على ما يرى. ولقد رآه نزلة أخرى عند سدرة المنتهى. عندها جنة المأوى. إذ يغشى السدرة ما يغشى. ما زاغ البصر وما طغى. لقد رأى من آيات ربه الكبرى. صدق الله العظيم.
الله.
Where's your door? Okay, Sheikh Ibrahim, ready? Ready a little bit, so.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
No.
You already know I got a big voice.
لا لا هون تعال
Huh?
تعال هون.
لا إله
Rear.
السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قال اهبطا منها جميعا بعضكم لبعض عدو فإما يأتينكم مني هدى فمن اتبع هداي فلا يضل ولا يشقى. ومن أعرض عن ذكري فإن له معيشة ضنكا ونحشره يوم القيامة أعمى. قال رب لم حشرتني أعمى وقد كنت بصيرا. قال كذلك أتتك آياتنا فنسيتها وكذلك اليوم تنسى. وكذلك نجزي من أسرف ولم يؤمن بآيات ربه ولعذاب الآخرة أشد وأبقى. أفلم يهد لهم كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون يمشون في مساكنهم إن في ذلك لآيات لأولي النهى. ولولا كلمة سبقت من ربك لكان لزاما وأجل مسمى. فاصبر على ما يقولون وسبح بحمد ربك قبل طلوع الشمس وقبل غروبها ومن آناء الليل فسبح وأطراف النهار لعلك ترضى. ولا تمدن عينيك إلى ما متعنا به أزواجا منهم زهرة الحياة الدنيا لنفتنهم فيه ورزق ربك خير وأبقى.
Barakallah. We add one more. Imran. Let's go. One more, that's it. Bismillah. You have to hear the voice. Several years they didn't hear the voice, so inshallah we can hear more after Isha. After we let the Mufti, inshallah, to give us the.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا وبذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين والجار ذي القربى والجار الجنب والصاحب بالجنب وابن السبيل وما ملكت أيمانكم إن الله لا يحب من كان مختالا فخورا الذين يبخلون ويأمرون الناس بالبخل ويكتمون ما آتاهم الله من فضله وأعتدنا للكافرين عذابا مهينا والذين ينفقون أموالهم رئاء الناس ولا يؤمنون بالله ولا باليوم الآخر ومن يكن الشيطان له قرينا فساء قرينا وماذا عليهم لو آمنوا بالله واليوم الآخر وأنفقوا مما رزقهم الله وكان الله بهم عليما صدق الله العظيم.
Clear? MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Really, listening the Quran al-Kareem from the Qurra, from the reciters of Kitab Allah Azza wa Jal, is one of the best things. There are, in some Muslim places, in the United States also, there are some nights that the people get together in masajids and other places. And all what they do is that they invite the great reciters of Quran. And that night is a night of istima' al-Quran al-Kareem. The night of listening the Quran al-Kareem from different reciters, from this Qari. And what's better than listening to Kitab Allah Azza wa Jal? Maybe we, one another, we enjoy to listen from one another talking and all that, but we must enjoy. Okay, I want to hear more. I want to hear this person reading. I want to hear another person reading. I want to hear the Quran more and more. And al-istima' al-Quran, it's one of the great things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala madah, or He praised the Christians that came Medina and to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and accepted Islam, that they listened to the Quran. وَإِذَا سَمِعُوا مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَى الرَّسُولِ ترى أعينهم تفيض من الدمع مما عرفوا من الحق. So, inshallah, I don't want to take the time of our Shaykh, inshallah, so that we can talk after Salah each other and have our own discussion and questions and answers, inshallah. But let all of us welcome Mufti, Shaykh, Hafid, all those titles, Mufti and Shaykh and Hafid and Imam, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
What I put in the right side or left side?
I don't use that anymore.
Wherever fits in your ear. People have different ears.
الحمد لله رب العالمين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وصلى الله وسلم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Imam Noor called me like 2 hours ago. So he said, we're having a get together and the students are coming after a long time, some of them. So if you could please come and speak to them. So this is a gathering, as he said, of Ahlullahi wa Khasatuh, the special close people in the eyes of Allah. So I thought, let me come today, inshallah, and perhaps I can benefit from sitting with all of you, inshallah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, a time will come, ستكون فتن كقطع الليل المظلم. Such fitnas will arise كقطع الليل المظلم. It will leave a person bewildered like they are in the darkness of the night. Think of it like, let's say, just visualize what I'm about to say now. Think there's a road and it's a very cloudy night, so you cannot see the moonlight. There's thick trees on top of you. There is no street lamps, there is no headlights, there is no cars, there is no flashlight, there's nothing. It's pitch black dark. When it is so extremely dark, where you cannot even see your own hand, you don't know whether to go straight, to go right, to go left, to turn around. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that a time will come in this ummah where there will be such fitnas, كَقِطَعِ اللَّيْلِ الْمُظْلَمِ. Now the night is already dark, right? But the Prophet, to further explain, said these fitnas will leave a person like there in the darkness of a dark night. اللَّيْلِ الْمُظْلَمِ يُصْبِحُ الْحَلِيمُ حَيْرَانًا. The most intellectual, wise person, it will leave this person hayran, confused. What should I do? How do I save myself from these fitnas? How do I raise my kids? Where should I raise them? How should I raise them? What should I teach them? How to save them? You know, it's difficult for parents. In the times we are living in, I mean, these are weird times. Boys are turning into girls, girls turning into boys, men transitioning to women, women transitioning. I mean, it's the fabric with which society is made up with is like ripping apart in front of our eyes. The world as we knew it 25, 30 years ago is turning upside down. It's taking a 180-degree turn. In times like these, how do you protect yourself? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the way to protect yourself is kitabullah, is holding on to the book of Allah. And then he explained, فِيهِ نَبَأُ مَا قَبْلَكُمْ وَخَبْرُ مَا بَعْدَكُمْ وَهُوَ الذِّكْرُ الْحَكِيمُ وَهُوَ الصِّرَاطُ الْمُسْتَقِيمُ. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that in the Quran is all of the news of everyone that came before you. And in the Quran you will find everything that will be coming after you. And it is the honorable mention, and it is the straight path. The Prophet went on to explain. All of you, myself included, all of us sitting here, we are in a very crucial part of our life. What does this mean? Look, Allah Ta'ala says, Allahu alladhi khalaqakum min dha'fin, thumma ja'ala min ba'di dha'fin quwwa, thumma ja'ala min ba'di quwwatin dha'fan wa shayba. There, in life, there's three stages. One stage repeats itself. The first stage of life is a state of dha'f, a state of weakness. When you were born, you were dependent. You could not feed yourself, you could not clothe yourself, you could not wash yourself. You were dependent upon your parents for the easiest and smallest of tasks. Your parents had to be there for you every single step of the way. And then eventually a time comes in your life where you reach an age where Allah Ta'ala describes this as quwwa. You reach the age of independence. You can now feed yourself, you can now clothe yourself, you can now wash yourself, you can now take care of yourself. But this doesn't last forever. Allah Ta'ala says, after this age of strength, ثُمَّ جَعَلَ مِن بَعْدِ قُوَّةٍ ضَعْفًا وَشَيْبًا. That stage of weakness eventually comes back to you, where you become so old, so weak, you become dependent again. A person reaches an age, they depend again on others for the smallest of things like they did when they were a child. You are dependent upon someone to wash you, to feed you. It takes you hours just to complete small tasks. There are two stages of weaknesses. One we've already gone through, one that is coming. In between, there is a stage of strength, of quwwah, of independence. Every single person in this room is within that time frame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set. As of now, you are not so extremely busy that you don't have time for anything. You are not so extremely caught up with things that you cannot commit your time to your deen or your Quran, your studies. You are not weak that you cannot recite the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you strength. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you time. Allah ta'ala has given you health. This opportunity doesn't come to everyone and it doesn't last for very long. It does not. So, what are some reminders or advices you can say that will help us inshallah? for all of us, for those of us who have already completed our hifth, for those of us who are completing hifth. So the first thing is, and I'll keep this brief inshallah, the first thing is, look, the recitation of Quran is something that is very noble. Look, it's one of the most noblest things that a person can do, recite the Quran. But at the same time, it requires the most sincerest of intentions that a person can have. Oftentimes, and what happens is, especially nowadays with social media, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all these things, there's a push of just everything out there, and it's very easy to get caught up in this and then lose the sincerity behind why you're doing what you're doing. Remember that when you open the Quran to recite it, whether you are reciting to yourself in a room or you are reciting in front of a masjid full of 1,000 people, whatever it may be sincere when you begin to recite the Quran. Never ever look to recite even one ayah of the Quran and there is some deficiency in your intention. The Prophet ﷺ said, أَوَّلُ خَلْقِ اللَّهِ تُسَعَرُ بِهِمُ النَّارُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. The first person to be thrown into the fire of Jahannam on the Day of Judgment will not be a kafir. The fire of Jahannam will not touch a kafir first. It will touch a qari of the Quran first. The first person to be thrown in the fire will be someone who used to recite the Quran day in and day out. Rasulullah said, Allah will call this person and Allah will عَرَّفَهُ نِعَمًا. Allah will remind him of his favors. Allah will say, hey, I gave you the Quran, I gave you a good memory, I gave you a good voice, I gave you good tajweed. You were able to learn all the rules of tajweed. You were able to memorize all of the mutun and poems, وَالْأَخْذُ بِالتَّجْوِيدِ, all of the poems. You memorized all of them. You learned all of them. You had a beautiful voice. What did you do with it? He will say, قَرَأْتُ Ya Allah, I recited the Quran آنَاءَ اللَّيْلِ وَآنَاءَ النَّهَارِ. I recited the Quran all day, all night for you. Allah will say, كَذَبْتَ. No, you're lying. And all of the angels will say, كَذَبْتَ. You are lying. And then Allah will say, قَرَأْتَ لِيُقَالْ فُلَانٌ قَارِئ. You recited the Quran beautifully so people could say, فُلَانٌ قَارِئ. You are a qari. You have a very beautiful voice. MashaAllah. Your tajweed is beautiful. Your pronunciation is a masterpiece. Your tune, your pitch, the way you recite, you remind me of this qari and that qari, and you recite so you can hear people tell you this. Allah will say, you recited so people could praise you. وَقَدْ قِيلْ. And people did praise you. People praised you. You wanted that attention, that praise, that you wanted recognition in the community. People gave it to you. Allah will say, you got what you wanted. Then Allah will tell the angels, take him and throw him face first into the fire. Imagine, the first person to be thrown will be someone who is regular with their Quran. Why? Because their intention wasn't there. Their tilawat was there, lekin their intention wasn't there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given each of us the Quran in our hearts. It is in our chest. Let it not be that when we open the Quran, we have a different intention as to why we are reciting. For example, let's say, let's put Hamza in the hot seat here. So let's say Hamza is sitting here, and Hamza is about to recite Quran. And then Hamza sees his future father-in-law walking. So what Hamza does is, he busts out his imitation of let's say Qari Mustafa Ismail. He's one of the old Qur'an, if anyone knows. So he takes out his imitation of Qari Mustafa Ismail or Qari Minshawi or someone, and he's just going off, and he's doing a very good imitation, and I'm sure he can do it first. But why is he doing this? Obviously, he knows why. His father-in-law is there, he's going to hear, he says, MashaAllah. That's the one that I want. So, it's mentioned once there was someone who was, this is a true incident, there was once someone who was reciting Quran, and they used to recite Quran very frequently. And something very similar to what I just stated now, they were reciting the Quran, and it just so happened that some people came in the masjid, and he beautified his voice a little bit extra, because now he knows other people are listening. That night he saw in his dream that all of the pages of the Quran he recited, underneath every line, every ayah, he saw that the angels had written rewards for him. And as he was going through the pages in his dream, he saw there's a few lines, it was empty, there was no reward there. And upon wondering why, he heard a voice in his dream that no reward was given to you for these because you recited these for someone else. You didn't recite these for Allah. You recited these ayat for something else, seeking something else, for someone else. So the first thing is, a reminder to all of us is be sincere when you recite the Quran. The second thing is, have the utmost amount of adab when you are dealing with the Quran. With regards to your teachers, every teacher, any single person who taught you anything, in this case it would be Imam Noor, and whoever else you've had as a teacher, have the utmost amount of adab and respect for your teacher. And I promise you, he didn't ask me to say this, but have the utmost amount of adab, respect. We have a saying, some of you maybe heard it, ba adab, ba nasib. The more respect and etiquette you have, is the more Allah will give you. The less respect you have, is the more Allah will deprive you. If you want to be someone that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts for His deen, and you want to be someone Allah preserves the Quran for you in your heart, have the utmost amount of adab when dealing with the Quran. Make your wudu, do miswak, sit facing the qibla, sit in a manner that is a manner of humility. The Quran isn't like a storybook where you're sitting and your feet are out and you're reading it like a Harry Potter book. The Quran deserves the utmost amount of adab. Keep the Quran not on the floor, close to your chest, where the Quran is preserved. Keep it there. Make dua before you open the Quran. Ask Allah to soften your heart before you recite the Quran. We read about our ulama, rahimahumullah, that when they would, for example, there are ayat of sajdat tilawa, sujood tilawa. So, for example, in one place Allah Ta'ala said, وَيَخِرُّونَ لِلْأَذْقَانِ يَبْكُونَ, that when they come across the ayat of Allah, they fall in sujood, yabkun, and they cry. This is an ayah of sajda tilawa. The ulama, when they used to recite this ayah, for example, they would do sajda tilawa, and then they would grab their beard like this, and they would say to themselves, هذا السجود فأين البكاء? Here is the sajda for sajda tilawa. Where is the crying that Allah speaks of? Allah says that the righteous people are those who make sajda and cry. Here we are making sajda tilawa. Where is the crying that's supposed to come with it? Meaning, where is that sincerity? Where is that ta'athur? To have the utmost amount of adab. The more adab you have, is the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you. Never forget to keep your asatida in your dua, your teachers in your dua. Never forget to keep your parents in your dua. All of you that are sitting here today are sitting here because your parents sacrificed to bring you here. Never forget that. You could have been going to piano lessons. You could have been going to dance classes. You could have been going anywhere. As a young child, as a young boy, as a young girl, your parents could have put you in anything. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened their heart to bring you here. Sometimes there were days where you didn't want to come, but you still came, and they brought you here. They were tired, you were tired. They sacrificed, you sacrificed. Don't ever think that it says your sacrifices that have brought you here. It is first and foremost your parents' qurbaniyan, their sacrifices, why you are sitting here today. Make lots and lots of dua. Never forget, it is your parents' sacrifices, first and foremost, after which you sacrifice, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you this Quran. Have the utmost amount of adab. Always make dua for your teachers, for your parents. The more respect you have, the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will preserve this for you. The next thing is, the second thing is, look, in life, there is a lot of people who know what to do, but they don't do it. What do you think? For example, okay, let's say being healthy, overeating, exercising, for example. The entire world, you don't even have to have an education to know that it's just good to be healthy. It's just something universally we all know. It's good to be healthy. Is merely knowing enough, it's good to be healthy enough? In other words, is it true that everyone who knows they should be healthy, is it true that just because they know that now they're going to start being healthy? No, absolutely not. The majority of the population actually is the opposite. Everyone knows what they should be doing, but there's often a big disconnect between knowing what to do and actually doing it. What is that one khasla, that one attribute that connects the two? That connects the two meaning? That connects what you know you should be doing and it translates to you actually doing it. That one thing is what we as Muslims call tawfiq. Tawfiq. Tawfiq is where you know what to do and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually grants you the ability to do what you should be doing. For example, let's say there's someone who's driving home. Okay? Let's say you're driving a car for 2 hours. Now, in this 2-hour car drive, there's a lot of things you could do. You could be on the phone for 2 hours. You could be listening to a comedy skit for 2 hours. You could be listening to songs for 2 hours. You could be just doing nothing for 2 hours. Or you could be reciting Quran for 2 hours. You could be making dhikr for 2 hours. You could be doing something like this also for 2 hours. You're driving anyways. But while driving, you could be doing either or. What is the difference? Now every Muslim that is driving for 2 hours knows the importance of reading Quran or knows the benefit of making dhikr, so on and so forth. Does every single person that is driving for 1 hour actually do these things? No. Why? Simply because Allah has not given them tawfiq. All of us, for those of you that are hafidh, and for those of you that are becoming hafidh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put the Quran in your chest. Let it not be that Allah ta'ala doesn't give you the tawfiq to actually recite the Quran. Where you know you should be reciting, you know you should be revising, you know what to be doing, but you're not able to do it. You have free time, but you're still not able to do it. Take for example someone who's a billionaire. He's a billionaire, but he never gives his money in sadaqah. Why? It's not because he's too poor to, or because he can't. I mean, it's so easy to give a donation. It takes a few seconds. You just go online and give it. What's stopping him from giving his sadaqah? It's the lack of tawfiq. If there is someone who stays awake the whole night, let's say you have a night owl. You know, some people, they just have a hard time sleeping at night. You have someone who stays up the entire night. What's stopping them from praying 2 rak'at tahajud? What is stopping them? You are up already the entire night. Now you could spend that time just staring off into space, looking at your ceiling, watching movies, talking to a friend, reading a book, or pray 2 rak'at tahajjud. What really matters is tawfiq. If Allah gives you tawfiq, you'll do it. And if Allah doesn't give you tawfiq, you'll know what to do, you won't do it. So the second advice for myself and everyone else is here, always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for tawfiq. I know my time is up, so I'll just quickly conclude here. Always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for tawfiq. And how Allah takes tawfiq away from you is through your sins. If you are adamant on major sins, Allah ta'ala will take the tawfiq away from you. There's a famous story of Imam Shafi'i rahmatullah alayhi, where he came one day to his teacher Imam Waqi' and he complained about his lack of memory. And what did Imam Waqi' say? He said, فَأَوْصَانِي بِتَرْكِ الْمَعَاصِي فَإِنَّ الْعِلْمَ نُورٌ مِّنْ إِلَهِ وَنُورُ اللَّهِ لَا يُعْطَى لِعَاصِي. Remember that this ilm, this Quran, this is nur from Allah. And the nur of Allah is never given to a disobedient person. Remember to always remember the nur that Allah Ta'ala has placed in your heart. And do not be the reason for Allah to take the tawfiq away from you just because of a few major sins that you may be involved in. And the last thing is, look, you know, all of you, you're 17, 18, maybe 20, 21, or younger or older. Remember, there's never too much, the dunya will always be there. You will always think, I want more, I need more. The more you go after, the more you'll want. Everything in this world looks and seems very beautiful. But the haqiqat of that is different. Remember that everything you see outside will not remain forever. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّا جَعَلْنَا مَا عَلَى الْأَرْضِ زِينَةً لَهَا لِنَبْلُوَهُمْ أَيُّهُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. We've made everything on this earth beautiful. لِنَبْلُوَهُمْ. So we may test you. Allah ta'ala wants to see our commitment to Him by placing everything beautiful. You see an M3, you see a nice cell phone, you see someone with something else, you want it. It doesn't stop. Everything you see, Allah Ta'ala says, وَإِنَّا لَجَاعِلُونَ مَا عَلَيْهَا صَعِيدًا جُرُزًا. One day everything you are seeing around you, it will fall to the ground and it will be no more. Don't go after all of these things you see, so much so that you neglect the Quran Allah Ta'ala has placed inside of you. Wallahi, if you let the dunya suck you in, it will continue sucking you in. And it will be so hard to detach yourself from it. Never ever stop revising your Quran. Never stop revising your Quran. Once you think your Quran is good, so you no longer need to revise it, that is when you will start forgetting it. Remember what the Prophet ﷺ said, that it is faster, أَشَدُّ تَفَصِّيًا مِنَ الْإِبِلِ. It will leave you faster than a camel leaves when it's not tied. Remember that the Quran will leave you faster than this. Always revise the Quran. Make a ma'amul for yourself. Allah did not even allow an excuse for people that are fighting in the path of Allah. What does Allah Ta'ala say in Surah Muzammil? إِنَّ رَبَّكَ يَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ تَقُومُ أَدْنَى مِنْ ثُلُثَيِ اللَّيْلِ وَنِصْفَهُ وَثُلُثَهُ وَطَائِفَةٌ مِنَ الَّذِينَ مَعَكَ وَاللَّهُ يُقَدِّرُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ عَلِمَ أَن لَّن تُحْصُوهُ فَتَابَ عَلَيْكُمْ فَاقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. What does Allah say after that? عَلِمَ أَن سَيَكُونُ مِنْكُمْ مَرْضَى. Allah says, I know some of you will be sick. وَآخَرُونَ يَضْرِبُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Some of you will be traveling. وَآخَرُونَ يُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Some of you will be fighting in the path of Allah. Allah says, I know some of you will be sick. Sometimes you'll be sick. Sometimes you'll be traveling. Sometimes you'll be fighting in the path of Allah. فَقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنْ. Still read whatever you can from the Quran. If Allah did not allow an excuse to leave reciting Quran for people fighting in war, people who are sick, people who are traveling, what about people who are healthy, young, and have time? There's no excuse. Simply put, there is no excuse. So I know my time is up here, I've gone a little over time, but these are a few reminders to myself and everyone else here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to become punctual with this Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such, we recite this Quran and it affects our hearts and our lives. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, recite the Quran, فَإِنَّهُ يَأْتِي يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ شَفِيعًا لِأَصْحَابِهِ. If you are regular with the Quran will intercede for you on the day of judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to become such. Ameen. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wa akhiru da'wana.
Barakallahu feek, Jazakallah khairan, Mufti Mahad. This great advice, really, if you are listening and paying attention to what the Shaykh was telling us, there's no doubt that it touched your heart, regardless of how good you are or how short you're coming from doing your responsibility. And that is the reason of gathering together, to listen from our scholars so they can raise us up. Right? We always, futur, and sometimes we go down, sometimes we go up. But if you have ulama that always, when you listen to them, they take you up to a higher level to do better, then that's what the Islam teaches us. And that's what's called majalis al-dhikr. Majalis al-dhikr.
That the Shaykh talked about, okay, the hadith is talking about you, or the ayah is talking about you, or that idea that Shaykh brought here and there is for you. But whenever we say it's for someone else, I'm pure, I'm good, I do a good job, The visa to travel to Jannah is in my pocket. Everything is perfect. When you in that status, you're really in trouble. Okay, in trouble. The mu'min must be always بين الرجاء والخوف. Okay, the mu'min must be, as the scholar said, mu'min يطير بجناحين. The believer flies with two wings. Okay, if you only, is there any bird that can fly with one wing?
I don't think so.
No. I don't know if there's something new. We don't know, but we know that even our airplanes has at least two, if not more. Okay, so you must have those two. One is called raja, and the other is called khawf. Raja is a hope that you're doing good. You need to keep doing more. Okay, you come to the masjid, alhamdulillah, you're helping this and that, you're learning the Quran, you're learning tafsir of Quran, you're helping here, you're educating yourself, you're doing da'wah, you're giving a time to the community to help them. Okay? That is a raja. You feel great, you're doing something. But it shouldn't be like only one wing. Okay, I'm perfect, all what I'm doing is great, I'm not doing any wrong thing. Okay? The other side is khawf, fear. Okay? You should feel, okay, am I reading Quran every day? Am I reading my juz? Or just the Quran that I learned, I memorized? Once a while, blue moon, once a while, I open the Mus'haf. If you're in that status, really, you need to wake up. Because the worst thing is not to read the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed on you. If you don't open the Mus'haf, you don't read the Quran al-Kareem, then you have to go to the other wing and say, oh, okay, khawf. I have a fear that the Quran that I learned, the Quran that my parents taught me, and I used to go to the masjid, I don't open the Mus'haf. Okay. Or the Quran that I learned, maybe I'll be reading the Quran al-Kareem daily, I'm reading every day. Okay? But I'm not learning them and trying to understand the meaning of the Quran al-Kareem. Okay? So you can read the Quran perfectly with tajweed, with ahkam, with hafaz, wanda, everything. All the tools you can read like Husari, like Rashawmai, anybody. But you're not pushing yourself to reflect on those Quran al-Kareem. In this ayat at the end of the reading. Are you trying to learn what the topics that the Quran talks about? Are you registering the programs that gives you learn the tafsir of Quran al-Kareem, the fiqh, understand the Quran al-Kareem, the aqidah, all that? Are you keeping doing to be a student of the seeker of knowledge? Because you can't just learn Quran al-Kareem, how to read, to master the tajweed and ahkam and all that, just stay there. Let me keep doing my other subjects, science or math or lawyer or this or that, whatever. You keep doing that, but the Quran, I just want to do the reading of Quran al-Kareem, not enhancing and not learning the meaning of the Quran al-Kareem. We have to go for it. So that's when we need to discuss. How are you doing? Okay. Should we ask a question? I want to know how you're doing. Ryan will say, this is the person today. Okay, you're in the United States. Don't interfere my situation. Okay? It's not like back home. Okay, what did you read today? How many surah do you? How many surah you learned the tafsir Quran al-Kareem? How many? So that's why we are here. Alhamdulillah, we know since that you graduated from the, I don't know if we can use the graduation, that word, since you khatm al-Quran that day, some of us, mashallah, did other jobs, got a job outside, some graduated university, some of us, quite a number of us get married, okay? Who's the last person married here? Muhammad Prupia, Takbir. Okay. Did anybody attend his marriage?
It's Karachi.
Probably that's someone in Karachi, so weird. Okay. Who was before Muhammad? Hiba, takbir, mashallah. Allahu Akbar. So, 2. Who else get married? Hanifa, takbir, mashallah. Who else?
That's it.
That's it?
I talked to this guy.
Who's planning to get married?
What's the name?
Okay. You see? So soon you will see some of our students have a children. Soon. Baby, boy, girl, running here. Oh, who's this? Oh, the student Muhammad or so and so who graduated here. This is his boy and girl. MashaAllah. So the responsibility and the mas'uliyah becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and never become less and less. Okay? So before you become so busy, make sure that you complete the work, especially the work of understand the Quran al-Kareem and learn the tafsir of Quran al-Kareem and other subjects that are related. Okay? Sheikh Muhammad, you want to give us a few minutes about this? 10 minutes? Sheikhana, we'll give him maximum 10 minutes. If you let, we want a student talk?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sheikh Muhammad, ta'ala, let's listen to the student talk.
I can hear.
Okay, yeah, well, I come closer. Okay, give us your feelings. How, since you finished, how you do what you do, inshallah.
If anybody wants to hear me,
Ah,
I have tafsir class
okay,
every Sunday at 12 o'clock. Register on Leaders Preparatory College. Okay?
1 hour and
Hour and a half on Sunday.
good. The Quran that you memorize, okay, if you give 1 hour and a half a week to learn the tafsir Quran al-Kareem, imagine, just only 1 hour. How many hours we give to the classes, Sheikh Musa? Musa, he finished, alhamdulillah, our program that we just asked outside class, how many hours we give? Allah, صح? That's right. Okay. What about having 1 hour and 15, 1 hour, 30 minutes the whole week? Do whatever you want the whole other week. But that 1 hour and a half, make yourself to learn. Okay. The tafsir. So, إذا السماء انشقت ويل للمطففين. Okay. والسماء ذات البروج. What's the topic of Surah Al-Buruj? What's the topic of Surah Al-A'la? What's the topic of Surah Abasa? What's the surah talks about? What's the Shamsu Kuwira? Okay. And that's the way that when Sheikh was telling us how we can protect ourselves from the fitan, like كقطع الليل المظلم. Okay. The way we can protect, okay, is by learning العلم الشرعي. My khutbah yesterday was, okay, how you can keep increasing your iman and your faith. Number 1 was التعلم العلم الشرعي. Learn. Okay, you're not learning to make money. You're not learning to, as the Sheikh talked about, we're not to show off or no, your own self, in order to protect yourself from the fitan that's going on. The question they raise on you, the question they ask you, who are you? Why you believe God? Why are you doing this? Why you wearing hijab? Why you are not this and that? By keeping learning the tafsir al-Quranic, especially the tafsir. Because we emphasize the tafsir more. Why? Because that's the Quran that you learn. And the tafsir gives you fiqh. Okay. You learn, like for example, if you read Surah Al-Talaq, tafsir Surah Al-Talaq, or you learn Surah Al-Tahrim, or you learn Surah Al-Mujadila, or you learn Surah Al-Mumtahina. How many law, rules, and fiqh you can learn? A lot. So when we say learn tafsir Quran, it doesn't mean that just only wa'ad, irshad, only advising. No, you learn ahkam. Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Nisa. So, how many of you, inshallah ta'ala, ready to learn tafsir? Raise your hand if you're ready. Okay? Very good. So I really advise you to register the class. Okay? Arif, I think you register. Arif, you register?
Arabic.
Oh, you register Arabic. Who else register anything? No? Ikram, which class are you this Saturday morning? Which one is it? Yeah, still on class is Aqidah, Tarbiyah. What's that? Aqidah. Very good. Zaina, you're with Ikram. Huh? Sirah. Very good. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. We have few finished whole program that we have. Alhamdulillah. So, Manis, pick up. Which one you want to sign up? You sign up with soccer, I know. Soccer is one of the best to sign up. Good. Your body is good, but about the Quran?
The mind is not good.
Good. Ibrahim, did you sign any class? Okay. Are you planning?
Inshallah.
One thing we ask you. Tell us, if you don't want to sign, why you don't want to sign. Is there something that we need to improve and do better? Sometimes you come forward, tell us, okay, if you make the class this way or face-to-face or online or this, then we can make it better. It's for you.
It's not about that. It's just like, as he said, subhanAllah, it's like we all should, everybody right here knows like we're supposed to sign up. Everybody here knows like what's the right way. But again, it's like as he mentioned earlier, it's all about tawfiq min Allah Azza wa Jal. It's nothing, nobody here given that gift except if Allah Azza wa Jal give it to you, you know? And everybody right here knows like we spend a lot of money on food, we spend a lot of money on gas, and we spend a lot of money on necessary stuff when you open up your banks. I believe everybody right here has a bank. But when it comes to certain things like that, subhanAllah, your heart just gets shaken out of them. And I'm speaking out of like a kind of a personal, like being honest. And that can get us all engaged into it. It's just like, you know it's the right thing to be done. But subhanAllah, if Allah Azza wa Jal does not give you the tawfiq, does not give you the righteous decision to make, you're always going to procrastinate, you're always going to be tasweef, you know, you're always going to say, I'm going to do it tomorrow, and you're never going to end up doing it. You know, like you're going to end up like the people who basically, Allah Azza wa Jal said in Surah At-Tawbah, may Allah like, doesn't make us one, فَكَرِهَ اللَّهُ فَثَبَّطَهُم. You know, فَكَرِهَ اللَّهُ بِعَادًا فَثَبَّطَهُم. Like it's those people who were like, they're about to literally go in a battle in Tabuk with Rasulullah, and they were strong, and they had money, and they had all the food, they can provide for our army. But subhanAllah, Allah Azza wa Jal didn't like them, فَثَبَّطَهُم. Tathbit is like a strong word in Arabic, you know?
But the question that I want to raise too, which I don't want us to throw the qadr on, and this is the where the discussion comes. Okay, some people we misunderstand and we say, okay, what is the reason that فَثَبَّطَهُم, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't give tawfiq someone to sign up or to learn or to do this and that? What's the reason? Is that mean Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want a khair for you? Okay, He want to block from you? What do you think? Because I know in the United States we always like to discuss and debate on the qadar. Oh, why is this Allah is doing? Why is that way? Okay. So the Quran يفسر بعضه بعضا. The Quran gives you the ma'na, and this one ayah gives you the other ayah gives you. فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا أَزَاغَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ. When the person himself doesn't do the right thing, okay, he's doing something wrong. Okay? Allah doesn't grab you subhanahu wa ta'ala by force, okay, because you have a choice. Religion is not la ikraha fi din. Allah doesn't force you to study. Allah doesn't grab you and say, go and register this class, okay? Go study this class. If Allah wants the ummah to be ummatan wahid, if Allah wants to be all world to one, what's the ayah that says if all of you want to be all of you one? You could do it. Huh? So it means Allah doesn't, as a religion, is a choice. I want to give you that choice to choose. But of course, if you commit here and there, if I commit mistake here and there, haram here and there, then what happens? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throw me into Jannah by like that. No, you need to stop what makes you busy. Okay? So, very good. Jazakallah khair. Really, Ibrahim, we appreciate your input and speaking yourself. Say, okay, this is the reason, always, as he called tasweef. Later, I will do later. I will learn in the future. I have a time. When I finish the college, I will register classes. Oh, then you get a job. I say, oh, I'm busy now. When I somehow I get a time, I will register. Then you get married. Okay, you say, oh, I have a family now. Or later, inshallah, you get a children. You say, oh, now I have to take care of the kids. I have to take them to school, to masjid, and you know after that. The best time to enroll these classes and study this deen and gain more knowledge about your deen, it's time now. Now, I'm just telling you, not 2026, 27, 2023. Wallahi, if you read the history of what the scholars, how they used to seek knowledge. Okay? One hadith they used to walk to learn from Jabir and from Medina all the way to Syria or to Egypt to get one hadith, walking. And now we're saying, sit in your house, sit in your room, just open your computer, okay? While you have the coffee next to you, tea next to you, all the things you have, eating lunch, well, listen, open just your ear and your side to the sheikh and get knowledge and say, you don't have the time. You see how really we're missing what's called tawfiq. Yeah, I have the time, I'm not even paying gas, we're not asking to drive. Who else wants to give us some input? How we can, if it's learn tafsir, if it's learn more deen, if you feel like, okay, you're not even reading the Quran, you're not giving time to your community, how you can do better. Bilal, who want to talk? Muhammad?
I'll hold the mic, guys. I'll never let go. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting, man.
Okay, want to say something?
Come on out there, Rashid.
Muhammad. How we can improve ourselves? Say it, Muhammad. Before the wife comes. When the wife comes, Muhammad, you will work a double job, not only one job.
It's
You
one
have.
thing used to tell me a lot during class.
Okay.
It's something I still struggle with today, actually.
Okay.
It's time management. Time management is very, very important. Giving time to.
I think the girls are not listening, cannot hear you, so they're talking to themselves. Can you hear Muhammad what he's saying? Muhammad, speak up. You don't know what
Time management.
Okay. Muhammad said what we had, the problem I have, he's saying, is the same issue that we used to have before and you used to talk about, time management. And of course, see this one next to you. Okay? If you don't plan, this phone will make plan for you. Believe me. Wallahi. This will make plan. Everybody has a plan. But the question is, do you make that plan for yourself? Or someone else made that plan for you? No one is free. Everybody is busy. Everybody, all of us, we're doing something. But is that something you're doing, something that you plan for yourself? Or something that the social media and other world made for you? Imagine how many last 3 years, if you go back and you say what I accomplished. When some students finish from fiqh book 1, fiqh book 2, 3, 4, tafsir 1, tafsir 2, tafsir 3, tafsir 4, okay? All these things they learn, they can count how many things they did last 2, 3 years. But can you point out and say how many things I did for that knowledge that's measurable, that you can measure, say this is what I did. You were doing something. Okay. You want to say something, Ahmad? You ready?
Yes.
You want to sign out? Okay, you got a job. Good job.
Inshallah, make that happen. As far as the procrastination, all that, the point Ibrahim made really resonates for me. Like a good example is like in Hifths the Quran class. Every time you say Monday, you do double lesson. Abdul Rashid always tells me, and you always tell him, no, you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. There's no reason why you don't do double lesson, but then every single week it ends up being Monday morning. That's the time I do my lesson. Monday afternoon. Good man. Monday at 5 p.m.
Salam, are you recording something for
Yeah.
FBI or for someone outside? Or?
You'll never know.
Okay.
No soliciting.
Okay, we want to take something from this gathering tonight. We don't want to just say, oh, we heard that, oh, okay, you complain here and there, oh, I don't manage my time, I don't start. Okay. Girls, what do you want to give us? Give us some encouragement. What do you want to do? Eh? How many of you are ready to help? Okay, study, help we need, study, to keep reading the Quran al-Kareem, to enroll the classes, to help the community, to do da'wah, a lot of things. But shway, by doing little by little, it becomes big. وهل الجبال إلا من الحصى. Okay? These big mountains. Okay? So what do you think? Any suggestions that you have?
I have one.
Karam has something. Go ahead, Karam. This is what we call discussion. Okay, how we can register classes, learn this deen, read Quran, understand the Quran al-Kareem. Go ahead, Karam.
Yeah, going more over on what you were saying about doing little day by day. Today there was a class by Salaamy about building habits, and a tip that he gave I thought was very helpful. And to start little day by day. Even if you weren't doing anything and you want to start, don't go to a page or to try to read a juz every day. Start with a line or an ayah and then 5
That
lines.
was not for you, but go ahead.
Not for me.
I don't want you to spread that news, read
Not
one
this
page.
news, no.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me?
No, I got the point. Go ahead.
He's terribly on one page.
The doctor said the same thing. He was like, why are you only telling us to do 2 lines? We can do more. We're doctors. We're studying. So the same thing you're saying. And so he didn't do it. And 3 years later, the sheikh comes back to him. And another one of the doctors who was listening to the same thing, he did the 2 lines every day. And then he memorized more, a page, and then more. And then 3 years later, he memorized the Quran. And the guy who complained about the 2 lines, he never got anywhere. So it starts with just a line a day, an ayah a day, and it builds up. Inshallah, it's a consistency. That's what keeps it going.
Yes. So 1 hour and a half, you've given whole week to understand this deen. You will see it build up, and you will find later you know a lot. You have a lot of knowledge. Okay, who was raised his hand here too? Someone else?
I did.
Yes, go ahead. When you woke up, or you were looking.
Allah. I have 2 tips. One of them is to stay around people that are reading Quran and going to class, that have the Quran class, and just being around that environment helps you read more. And then the second tip is and teaching the kids there, listening to them and helping you guys. Like, that's what helps you learn.
Yeah, that's another point. How you can keep this? You learn this Quran. You finished from Surah Nas all the way to Surah Al-Fatiha. Are you teaching others? Muslims' history was never, okay, I learned the Quran, it's just for me, I just read to myself. Okay. You need to help others. Any community, the masjid close to you, you need to give them time. They have Sunday classes, or other classes that students need to learn Quran Kareem. Sit with them. You are the best, the people who know the Quran Kareem in this city. Okay. So what about if we have in the masajid some sisters, some brothers who struggle with makharij al-huruf, how to pronounce it, if they teach in these classes, Sunday classes and other classes. And you who, mashallah, tabarakallah, 5, 6, 7 years that you master the best. Some of us have not only one qira'ah, have a qira'at, but we don't teach even, we don't even have one student. We don't have one student. And then we let others to take care of the kids and to teach them. Why we learn Quran if we don't teach other students? So one thing is that improving your understanding the Quran, you can register the class, and the other one is teaching other students. Believe me, whenever you start teaching others, also you will learn. If you give lecture and class and all that, the muallim, the mudarris is the best who learn more and more than the students. Whenever I give class, fiqh or other classes, I'm the one who's really learning. Okay? More than the students, because I go back and look here and there. And same thing, if you teach Quran Kareem, you learn. As they say, the Tabligh says that, okay, if you do da'wah and all that, it's like you're washing clothes. Before they used to wash clothes by hand. Okay, now just you throw in the machine. So you say, when you wash the clothes, what are you doing? Your purpose is not to clean your hands. That's not your goal. Your goal is to clean these clothes that you're washing, or dishes and all that. But what happens to your hand? Clean. Same thing, that whenever you teach others, you learn. That surah that you taught is Surah Al-Qiyamah, Surah this and that, Surah Al-Mujadila, that you listen from a student, you correct them, you never forget. Any other discussion? Any other statements?
I think the idea of being busy, you only think that you're busy.
10 years is crazy.
This. It's cold outside. One time, I was gonna redo it. Redo it for the views. Redo it for the views. Let's go. Oh! That's tough. We're gonna set this up, it'll record everything.
Are you a shooting hand inside or shooting hand outside? Are you shooting hand inside? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Oh! Oh! Look shot!
Huh?
Muhammad, you sure?
100%.
I got corner. Ready? Good. Take run. Am I the only one in the fake? Yeah. Get help.
Why are we shooting here? Stay right. We're gonna lose. We'll play.
Derek, go for help. Someone cut off the
defense. We've never seen a 3-3 defense.
Let's go, man.
Hamid, are you ref or are you on our team?
Hey, Root. What about the middle? Really? Yeah. Inshallah. Ball, bench for next round, bro. Get him out. Come on, guys. Hold in. Come on, triple this time. Come on, y'all. Play crap. You want to take it half court?
All you're thinking is trouble.
He's ready to clock. Push it. Keep yourself full, ref.
Stay up, stay down, stay down, stay down. Hey, cut. Hey, cut. Down. Hey, stay. Stay. Oh, Kenny, over. Stay. Hey.
Watch corner, yep.
Shoot it. Shot, keep up.
Ow!
Good. Go ahead, Andre, shoot. In here.
Swing!
I got you! Okay. Stay. Push. Good. Push. Up. Stay. Retreat. Hey, all right.
Hey, everybody, we're gonna switch sides when you guys combine the
I'll go left. Just humility. Stay. Go back. Oh, be good for you. Rebound.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Nice. Oh man, I'm contesting everything.
8.1. Hey, foul!
Stop. Call ball. I got to sit up. Stay. Stay.
Good read.
Stay. Good. Hey, rebound. Good rebound. Good way. Hey. Stop. I got some. Stay behind you. Coming in. Push. I got it. Stay. Keep pushing.
Yes.
Push up. Hey, come to the paint. Good shot. Hey, relax it. Швей, вниз. Отди вниз. That's a good shot. High percentage shot.
That's nice. No, come. I got two footers.
In his face, baby. Yes, Watch the cut. Watch behind you. Stay. Push. You got it.
Let's pull.
Hey, 5-2. You're up.
Oh, no, wait. 4-3. 4-3.
No, it was 3-2 right now. That's 5.
Hey, take him! 4-3.
Usually find the same spot, yeah.
Good shot! We're up. I got cut. Oh wait, it's 5-3, 5-3. 5-3.
Hey, he got confident. He thinks he can shoot, though. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Good save.
Hold.
Quarterback.
Oh, double. Yeah.
Oh, good save. Good guard. I see you. Oh! More square.
Think about it. Go!
Nice pass. Back out. Forward. Oh, what a pass! Musa, your hands up, bro. Move back.
It's a limit. It's okay.
Yeah, what are we switching sides?
Stay up.
Yes, you do, 100%.
Stay up.
All right, I will. Good shooter. Also got it back. Sir. Musa.
Next four.
Come back. Come back. Waste the time. Retreat. Come on, position. Stay. Watch behind you, Yusuf. He's coming in. No, he got it.
Let's go. Great shot.
No, you were down.
No, if you're winning.
Hey,
You're winning.
What's the score?
7-5. We're up.
You're up.
Give him a technical answer. He's talking back to the rest. Yeah. From there?
Talk back to the score. 7-5.
Hey, I'm just saying. My bad. I'm sorry. Three. Come on, switch it. Switch. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, good job, Ahmed. Good job.
Good shot.
Ain't got nobody in there.
I'm here.
You have no options.
Nine, 6. The team 11.
Good shot. Right. Let's penetrate. Come on, man. Hey! Yeah. Hey! Stop! Go! Hey! Here you stop! Up! Come on, man. Good stuff. Hey, who got top? I'm giving you too much space.
Use the watch Salaamy. Watch Salaamy. You got one there?
Stay on. Yeah.
No way! No problem.
Stay in my position. No one can you. It's miscommunication. Chemistry is not there.
I saw you, bro.
I just see you got the reality table. That's what happened.
Oh, yes. Of course. 4-1? 4 let's go.
Hey, you got top. We're giving too much space. Salaamy, stay on that. I got two people in here.
Hey! 2 or 1? 2, I think. Where they going? 3-4. I'm saying, was that 2 or no? Okay, 3-4.
Hey! Come on now, baby. He's gonna try. You don't got nobody. Hey, up and down. Check middle.
Stop it.
And the catch is up and down.
As soon as my feet touch the ground.
Yes.
Oh yeah, everyone.
That's Carmelo right there. 6-3.
Hey, watch out. Step. Stay up. Back switch.
You gotta be in line. Miss.
How many steps?
You can cut it.
Good pass.
They're all playing big.
7-3. Nice, cut off.
Step in there.
Hey, give me. Ah!
Big time. 6-4. How many I killed him? 6-4. 7-4. We're over here. Oh, my fault.
I got it.
Not really. What's coming in this time?
That's fine, that's fine.
Press in. Take it out. Left, forward.
Oh, that's it. Got him, shoot it, man. We need that shot. Hey! We got Elias. Switch out. Hey, watch back. Gotta call him, guys. Y'all gotta call him. You gotta help him out.
Watch in there. Stay down.
You got him by yourself. Take him, man. Ain't doing nothing. Yes, right now.
Stay down. Stay high.
What the hell together? He got it in between his legs.
Oh my God, my God.
Too much.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Nice. Miss. Nice. Crazy.
He's got to get through real
Hey,
quick.
Grizzly. Yeah.
Hey, Sal!
Hey, good luck. Hey, good luck. Hey, good luck. Good defense. Keep it up.
Number 8! Come on, I got you. Come on, man. I'll stop you. Oh, my God.
Hey, good.
Hey, fun, we're going.
All good.
Each his own.
Come back. Good shot. Back. All right, get you guys. 3-6. What's that? Oh my God! What are you laughing at? Sit down. Stay seated.
وليد خلاص احمد عبد الجبار think about it.
Watch out there.
What?
No, Karen. 9-7. Watch the two. Face. Lots of twos. Yeah, no twos. Watch, go.
Hey, up and down. Now shut up.
Nice. Hey, great shot. Great shot.
Oh yeah, you left? Back court. Hey! Do it. Hey, got two here.
That's two.
Okay.
Every time. My defense. Smart play. I'm there. I'm getting him. I gotta try.
Help! Yeah, and he has to put one in.
Eric, don't mess up.
Alright, that's good.
Just miss shots one more time. Good board, baby.
Yes, you jump up. Windmill. Come on, man. Come on, man. These youngest, man. Try hard, finish the layup. Yes, sir. Seat bump. That's it. It's done. Hey, good team.
Check it.
Check up with the.
Alright, beautiful play. Great clap.
Oh my God. Hey. Woo.
Behind you!
Oh shoot! My bad. Hey, left. I got him. Hey, I got left.
Come on!
I got the sheet.
What score? 3-2?
ألعب top. I'm gonna shoot.
Good hit, sorry. Hey, good run.
You roll back.
Get back.
Hey. Now you got it.
I think he might be if he was in on goal. He gave me a soccer body. He was like this. Right. I got it.
Right. Take off.
Oh! Hey, don't fall.
Wow, I think we're good, right? We're close, right? Jump on. Both go down and both down.
He can feel it. Come on, man. The better the challenge is okay. We like that. Who's confident?
We're down. We don't progress.
They don't got nothing, man. They shake. That's it.
Hey, middle.
They shake. Ah!
Yes. Go, left forward.
I'm late. Oh my God! Oh my! I'm late. Hold on. You're not doing this. You got first. That's it.
After this, you should fly. Down.
Right.
Where are you?
I'm back in position.
Yeah. Right behind you.
Big body.
Yeah, shoot it. Nice shot.
Good shot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, boy!
Oh yeah. You're like shoot it. Like, come here, get put it.
Hey! He got me. I'm sorry, he's sneaky.
I know. Yes! Come here! Hey, come. You're up. Buddy. Good side. Five. Is it 5? Huh? 5. We switch at 11. Huh? I guess defense, come back. Ole.
Just follow me.
Better hustle. I gotta try to get back. Thank you. You hear that whistle? Yeah, meet him early. No foul.
Hey! That's double! Move it down, you're wasting your shot clock.
No way!
I had a whole hand on that! I had a whole hand on that! 11 up, Fareed!
He has to match up. If he wasn't super, he didn't say it before I saw it. Oh, my bad.
Stay down! Hey! Oh no. No, it's spinning. Hey, jump left. Where's the ball? Contest the mid-range. I don't know. What, bro? Get out of me, boy! Lordy! You're saying that? Get back!
Stop trailing.
Explore all this fantasy. Three, man. Come on, we need it. We really need it. A5, a touchdown together. A5.
Behind you! Hey, halfway behind you. Last. Oh my god. Yeah, that's yeah. Ah, throw it! I got you. Nice miss. Nice, you.
Hey!
Oh yeah. Easy.
I missed it. I would have walked out.
That's switch side. 7-8.
7-8, man. 5-3, dude.
I know!
Nice to meet you, baby.
I know! I'm here. Oh, nice. Oh, he missed. Shoot. Good. Hey! Corner!
Hey, help! Hey, you rest it down. Get back.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Three.
What are you doing?
Hey, drop. That's the third time, bro. That's the third time.
Fourth time's the charm. Come on, man, we got to pull through. Come on! Get him!
Chase the shot. I see it. I'm here.
That's right.
What's on the left. Use it. Great play. I got the video. Okay, I didn't see it. Up. That's good. Right here.
Right now!
Left. Hey! I'm dead. Lord him! Fall. I see your deal. Slow down.
Nothing.
Hey, wait.
Too many people.
Get the guy. I thought you were going to dunk that. Wide open. Oh, you good.
Hey, down! What is it? Make it! Yeah.
Two. One.
Hey, they gotta get him one, man. Box up.
I'm doing it all. Watch out. I gotta get you. Good defense. Great defense.
Okay. Got him! on them.
It's not a high percentage shot.
Foul him. Keep him down the grass. He's too OP. He's too OP. I think it was open.
That is true.
Oh my god. Great game.
14 feet?
Yeah.